What's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my F1 2017 career mode, and we are here for episode number 3 for the Bahrain Grand Prix here in season number 5 now. And if you guys did miss the last episode at China, I do urge you to go check it out before you come back to this one, as it was a very unique race. So I do urge you to go check that one out before you come to this one. But a massive thank you for the support, guys, on the series so far. And even though we're this far into the game, you guys are still, most of you guys are still showing some great support for the career mode. So I'm very thankful for that. And you guys are the real MVPs. But jumping into Bahrain now for Friday practice, and straight away, just like in the first 2 race weekends, yet another flawless practice session. I did miss out on 5 points on the team objective because it was a different car setup challenge, but I was running a bit tight for time and I just couldn't get it done. So just had to sort of power through this one, and we got a flawless score basically all the main practice programs though, so a lot of resource points to carry forward, and we will be making upgrades at the end of this episode. Also, to point out, this will be the last one-shot qualifying race or race weekend of the season, as the next one in Russia will be full qualifying. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that one. But now jumping into our one and only lap in qualifying here in Bahrain, opting for the fastest super soft tyres, interestingly enough, and trying to go for a very good lap here. And the car felt pretty decent. Back end was pretty happy, I'm not going to lie. The back end on the car around here was definitely pretty cheerful, but we managed to get under control and hook up a pretty decent lap. And here we go then. Now already the first sector is already done and dusted, and we're currently in P7 as we exit now this sort of right hand hairpin, and now we're going to go into the very tricky turn 9 that feeds into the turn 10 apex. And I lock up a little bit and lose a bit of time, which wasn't ideal. Probably lost me about 1/10.5 of a second there, I reckon, maybe a 10th, because I just didn't get the nose into the apex there. But on the exit we do get some good traction, and we're back up into 7th place by the end of the next straight. And now basically through this next section is very fast swooping corners where you need good aerodynamics on the car, and that's something that this car does lack a little bit of, to be fair. And so far though, we are still in P9, so we are still competing. We've got some good. Hopefully we can try and get a bit above the grid. That would be nice with 1 more corner to go, because I don't really want to be far down. So into the final corner, we are going to chuck the car in there, really throw it in, and I turned in probably a little bit too early and cut the corner a bit, and also I actually got the curb on the exit, and that sacrifices or compromising my exit speed. And as we run up to the line, it's disappointing. We only get P10, so not a great lap by any means. And it's not great because we're going to start from 10th place, which means we're the last of those who qualify or start the race on their qualifying tyre. And I would have liked to have been 11th for that, in this situation, because I could have started on a different tyre and gone for a bit more of a fancy strategy. But it's going to be P10 behind that team in Felipe Massa on the 5th row of the grid, with Ferrari front row and a Red Bull 4th row. So a couple of 2x2 orders there, but crucially Massa has managed to out-qualify me. So we've got work to do tomorrow in the race to try and pull this one back. So without further ado, let's jump straight to Sunday for round number 3 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Okay, here we are then on the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix, round number 3 of the season, and in my opinion, we've got probably the worst starting position on the grid. P10, just missing out on P11 on the chance of getting fresh compound tyres for the race, and also just in the top 10, like no real major good position to really start from. The 5th row occupied by both Williams cars. Massa just out-qualified me yesterday in qualifying, and I've got to be realistic around this track. It's a track that the AI have been pretty good in the past, so I've got to be on top of my game around here, and it's going to be a real challenge to really have some good pace. And I think beating my teammate today, I'd be happy with just having that result. Also, just I need a couple of points just to bounce back from the race in China. So it's going to be an interesting race. I'm looking forward to it. Strategy-wise, we're pretty restricted to what we've got, thanks to qualifying on the super softs and starting 10th, which is not what I was expecting. We're pretty damn restricted. So hopefully we can do some damage nonetheless, but it's going to be a real challenge. In terms of the race strategy, you can see on screen, we are going to start on the supers and then transition to the soft tyres on 2 separate occasions. So we'll see how that one unfolds. If not, I might stick a medium in there if I can't make the tyres last. For some reason, the tyre weight's been exaggerated on the screen more than what it has been in practice, so I don't know why that's so high. We've also overfueled by half a lap. But other than that, we're going to jump straight into the race here at Bahrain. Hopefully, we can have a good start and take it from there. So without further ado, let's jump straight into round number 3 of the season for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Right then, here we go. We're going to get ready to the 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go here, and it's a pretty poor start from us. Loads of wheel spin, not the best by any means. Everyone in the top 9 getting a better start than me here. So into the first corner, we've got to try and tactically place our car without getting any damage and try and gain a couple of positions here. Bit of a shaky rear end there on the exit of turn 1. We're going to go around the outside of Verstappen. Very minimal room, just about keeping it within track limits. Ricciardo putting over to the right hand side, but I've got too much straight line speed for the Australian, and we're just going to slip up the inside of the Red Bull here and make the move. Just get the power on. There we go, nicely done, and we're up into 7th place. So from a bad start, we've recovered quite nicely here, and we're now in 7th place behind the 3 fastest teams, all in a mixed up order, but it's both of the Ferraris leading the way, so all the position changes happen behind with the Mercedes powered cars here. So overall, good start. Now it's a question of trying to find our rhythm, see what the car handles like in this pace, and because of the position that we're in now, our strategy limitation doesn't mean so much because we're in the races now. We're a little bit more higher up in the position order. So now it's a question of trying to find some pace early on whilst making the tyres last and trying to keep up at least with the full seniors in the Mercedes. Oh, we've got yellow flag behind us. Sebastian Vettel has slowed down here. Vettel's got an issue because he's right in front of Ocon. I don't know how that happened. I wasn't paying attention, but Vettel now in front of Esteban Ocon, and that's a very weird incident there. So I don't know what's happened to the German, as I've got all locked up into the turn 9 hairpin here, and we've actually just tagged Ricciardo coming back onto the racing line, but I don't know what happened to Sebastian there. Some weird issue for the German, but he must have gone for a spin or something because he was leading the race. Since that mistake, I've just not really recovered. Also, my tyres are going off quite a bit. I've got to say, this Williams does eat tyres quite a lot. And here comes Felipe Massa. He's going to make the move DRS wide open. I'm not going to battle him too much as he is my teammate. So we'll just let him go here and basically try and follow him because he's probably got better pace than me. So we'll try and follow Felipe and hopefully we can maintain and stay within DRS. That'd be pretty good for us. Right, here we go then, through the final corner. I'm going to come in for my first stop of the race. And no, my Massa's coming. That's going to completely mess me up. That's really messed me up because I'm really struggling for tyres, and now Verstappen is going to attack me here with DRS. Bottas just pit on the last lap, so we're going to go up a few positions here, but now Verstappen's got under attack and he's going to lock up and box me in. I can't actually switch back on him, and I've turned in on Ricciardo for the 2nd time this race, just not having good spatial awareness, and now I've lost the back end. Not good at all over the shop at the moment, and my tyres are really struggling to keep up here, so we really need to focus, and I need to come in at the end of this lap. Right, this time into the final corner, and we're going to come in for our first stop of the race. Also, Verstappen has car issues and he's going to stay out for one more lap, so this is going to give us the opportunity here to hopefully undercut the Dutchman, and Ricciardo's going to follow me in. So let's see how this pit stop goes. Hopefully it's nice and quick. Ricciardo might have a chance of cutting underneath me here if the pit stop isn't good enough, so I need the Williams boys to be on top of their game here. 2.5 and we're away, and we are going to be ahead just of Ricciardo. That was so close. We are just ahead of the Aussie, and that was so bloody close. I tell you, that was either way. We're going to get underway now. There's Massa, so if we can just rejoin in clean air. There's a car coming up to us now, and there's Nico Hülkenberg on soft tyres. If we just force him to the outside, try and stick him between myself and Ricciardo, and there we go. Now we've got a little bit of clean air. Let's try and break Ricciardo and catch up to Massa, who's going for medium tyres. So split strategies here at Williams. Right, we've got a couple of cars in the pit lane, including, I believe, Max Verstappen. There he is, and with car issues we've managed to undercut him, so we're back ahead of the Dutchman, and Hülkenberg's going to be ahead of him as well. And I think Hülkenberg, I thought he was yet to pit, but I think he's already done his stop actually, and as I get a screen freeze there, and I think he's actually on strategy with us on that soft tyre, so he might have the pace to actually have a go at me here because he's on strategy, I think, because I would have shaken him off by now. Right, I think I'm going to come under attack here from Nico Hülkenberg. I'm in rich mix, but that Renault is no slouch in a straight line. Hülkenberg's going to go for the inside. I'm going to stick with the outside line here. Can we make it stick? We're going to have the better racing exit out of that corner. We're going to sort of cut the corner a bit there, but Hülkenberg wasn't giving me much room, and we've managed to stay ahead of the German for now, but how much longer? We are struggling here in this race. The pace on this tyre is not great. Oh, Max Verstappen out of the race, and I think there's a safety car or VSC triggered. Yeah, safety car deployed. Right, okay, this could change the race because strategy-wise, we've just gone on these tyres, but I mean, could I get a set of mediums to the end? That's going to be a stretch, but could it be done? I'll have to have a little think about this one. Right, we've got a few cars in the pit lane here, including Esteban Ocon going on to super soft, so he'll have to stop again. Bottas and Vettel on supers, so all three of those guys are going to have to stop again, and we're now up into 5th place, so this safety car is probably exactly what the doctor ordered, to be honest. I was struggling for pace. I don't know what it was. I don't think my pace is going to get any better, but the safety car will definitely buy me some time, and also it means I can also go on softs now in this final stint without having to worry about tyre wear too much. So that's good news in that regard. So really the question is, we need to really attack my teammate on the restart with these soft tyres before they start to fade away while he's on mediums, and then try and get ourselves up into 4th place, and then hopefully not lose too much pace with the tyres and come in for softs and go to the end on those. Maybe pit around lap 19 or 20, and that should see us comfortably home on the softs. Right, safety car is coming in this lap. We've got to get ready for the restart. Hopefully we can switch the car on. I've changed my differential around. Maybe that'll help my car performance, but I'm just struggling to find really the competitive edge. But here we go, getting ready for the restart now, and we're going to speed up. And we've had a really good restart here, neck and neck with my teammate. We're going to get a nice little slipstream of Felipe here, and we're going to keep it in standard mix. Here we go, going to pull to the inside and try and make the move on Felipe. Nice to know we've got Hulkenberg sniffing around behind us in the runner here, but into turn 1, up the inside of Massa, and there we go, we're going to make the move and wrap it to P4. So now it's time to get the hammer down and try and keep up somewhat to this front 3. So we're going to dip into the rich mix and try and push, and there's a yellow flag further down. So hopefully it doesn't trigger a safety car, because I'll be very bored otherwise. So let's try and get focused now and catch these 3 guys in front of us. It's amazing how much better your pace can be when you're just surrounded by those who are faster around you. My pace has been much better now in the second half with the soft tyre stint, and we're going to stay out for a few more laps to try and put the soft tyre on at the end. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton comes in alongside Kimi Raikkonen. Meanwhile, Sebastian Vettel on the super softs is going to try and make a move here. Meanwhile, Perez takes the race here. We're going to squeeze Vettel here to the inside and not make it easy for him. We're going to try and hang around the outside of the German, but no way through, and I've had another lag spike there, which isn't ideal. I don't know why I keep having these, but either way, we luckily didn't get a penalty for that one. But Vettel now into P2, and Perez leading the way. So Massa's behind still on mediums, but the question is, where are we going to rejoin once we do our pit stop? Because obviously I want to put this soft tyre on at the end, so we're going to have to do a few more laps and probably hit at the end of at least the earliest next lap. Okay, now Sergio Perez comes in for his final stop, so I have to wait and see what tyre he goes on. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it unless he goes on to another set of softs, which is what I'm expecting. No, he goes on mediums, I think I just saw for a second there. Perez on medium. So if those in front of us do go on mediums, especially Perez at least, we might have a chance on soft tyres to maybe have a go at them in the final stint. So I might just come in this lap just to try and not lose too much time. Right, I'm going to come in this lap for my final stop of the race, and Seb might join me in the pit lane, I think, but we need to pit now and respond. I've accidentally done a double shift there, but we need to respond to that AI and the fact that we might have a chance of scoring some great points in this race today. So we're going to come in. There's Sebastian Vettel in the pit lane. Massa's actually having a battle with Bottas. We're going to hold Sebastian up a little bit, I think, and we're going to go onto another set of soft compound tyres. Little turn of the front wing onto value 7, and I'm also going to modify the differential a little bit here. We're going to go back into the middle of 75 just to try and help the performance of the car a little bit, try and get the balance right. But right, let's see where we rejoin, and let's see where we finish this race. So it looks like we're going to rejoin in clean air behind Sebastian, who's on medium. So it seems like a lot of people in the top 5 are going to be on mediums here. So we're going to have the benefit of soft compound tyres. So hopefully these will work for us and we can do some damage. So let's get on with it and let's see what we can do in the final 9 laps of this race. Right, we're going to crank up to rich mix now and basically use up all the extra fuel and push really hard on these tyres while they're fresh. We've got Felipe and I think that's Valtteri in the pit lane there. And yes, it is. It's Valtteri and Felipe. Valtteri on the exact same tyres as me, so he might be a threat later on in this race. But for now, let's try and push, put these tyres to good use, and also this rich mixture, and see what we can do. Right, so far, we're keeping up with Sebastian here. We might have a chance if we're good enough. Okay, so at the final corner, we're not a million miles away here. We are within Sebastian's DRS, and also Bottas is within my DRS. But here we go. We are in rich mix. We've got some incredible speed in a straight line. Are we going to go for an overtake on Sebastian here? Vettel does go defensive, but I'm just going to get it on the brakes up the inside. And there we go. We've made the move, something I did not expect, pulling off an overtake on Sebastian Vettel, and we've made it stick. So we're up into 4th place now. So really, really good pace on this soft tyre. And overall, a good decision to avoid that medium tyre altogether, I think. That's what I was hoping for this race, and that's what I was going to do anyway, because I just didn't want to use that medium tyre after my experience in past races. So let's try and keep on pushing now while we've still got some rich mix left, and try and maybe catch Hamilton, maybe. I mean, I'm clutching at straws here. My tyres and fuel probably vanish before then, so I think if we can just finish here, that'd be great. Okay, Valtteri has caught up to me now, and he's pretty damn quick, to be honest. I know exactly how fast that Merc is in a straight line. My pay unit is a little bit jaded. And here he comes. I'm going to go to the inside, try and defend it, but Valtteri has definitely got the straight line speed on me, so we're just going to try and go on the brakes, but there's no use. Valtteri's just too quick, so we're going to have to settle for P5, and nothing we can really do there, unfortunately. I've used my rich mix up. I'm like 0.03, so if we can just hold P5, Vettel still hasn't found any pace on that medium tyre, so if we can just hold this, I'll be very happy. Well, I think that justifies, if I'm going to get overtaken by someone, that explains it. Valtteri, the fastest man on the circuit right now, so we're not going to be able to overtake him, I don't think, so we're going to have to settle for P5, unless Ocon, who's just overtaken Sebastian, also on soft compound tyres, might have a got us in the closing stages. I don't know how good his pace is. We will now find out because he's in clean air, but I wonder if he's got enough laps to maybe pass me. Right then, going on to the last lap of the race, Ocon has caught up to me, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move here. He is pretty close actually, he's gaining quite a bit, so I'm going to go to Rich Mix and use what I've got left to try and defend myself. He's going to come very quickly, to be fair. I'm going to cover the inside line here, and hopefully he doesn't go around the outside of me. If he does, I'm going to just close the door on him and not let him through. And there we go, we've held on for now, and he's a little bit too far back, I think, to make a move into turn 4. So we'll keep it in Rich Mix for now, and there we go, we'll just knock it down a standard. And it looks like we have managed to hold on for now. There is one more DRS and we're going to have to negotiate, and the back straight. So Ocon putting the pressure on late. He might try and get P5 from me, but I'm going to try my best and not let him. Right, onto the back straight. I think we're going to be okay to hold it on here. So one more corner to tackle. Let's take it nicely. Make sure I make no mistakes, as Ocon is right there if I make one silly mistake. And there we go. We've managed to hold on. We're going to pull to the inside to break the slipstream. And we're going to come home for P5 in the Bahrain Grand Prix. And that's a very good result. One that I did not see coming at the start of the race. And definitely better than my expectations. I thought maybe P7 at best behind the Force Indias, Mercedes and Ferraris. But not a bad result. Really, really good. And we actually beat Vettel on raw pace. Unless he had a problem that the engineer didn't tell me about. But no, that was pretty good. I'm quite impressed. The first stint we really struggled. After that we was alright. I mean, even the middle stint at the start when Max was on mediums and I was trying to hunt him down, I was struggling for pace. But the second that safety car came, after that my pace was good. Like, I don't know whether because it allowed the track conditions to get a little bit cooler, a little bit quicker. But I saved a bit of fuel, and I was able to use Rich Mix a little bit more and managed to defend my position. So overall, very good. That final stint, making a little tweak on the front wing, and that also helped me out my overall pace. So overall, a really good race, and really enjoyed it. And the pace wasn't as bad as I thought. It was still not great, but I'm taking into account I'm driving a Williams. If that happened with Mercedes last season, I'd be in big trouble. So overall, a very good race here at Bahrain, and we're going to take a very solid 5th place. But we're now going to move into the final race results, drivers and constructor standings, and see how things shape up after that pretty interesting race. Right, so looking at the final race results, the old man Kimi Räikkönen back on top for the first time this season, taking his first race win, but that's Ferrari's 3rd race win of the entire season already, so they've won every single race. Sergio Perez, a very good 2nd place for him in the Force India, ahead of Lewis Hamilton in P3, and then Valtteri Bottas in 4th place in the other Mercedes. Then myself in 5th place after starting from P10 on the grid, using the safety car to my advantage, and also very good tyre strategy, and fronting some pace in the crucial final stint, and being able to hold on to that position. Also, Esteban Ocon there in P6, and then Sebastian Vettel with car issues and front wing issues that finishes down in P7, starting from pole position, so he'll be very disappointed with that one. And he's just ahead of my teammate Felipe Massa there, who came home in 8th place, and then Nico Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen round out the point scorers. But in terms of retirements this race, Max Verstappen the only one for today's race, and unfortunately he retired for the 2nd time this season. But in terms of the driver standings after that race, we recover a fair few points and we jump up into 6th place ahead of Valtteri Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo, and Massa stays where he is. Sebastian Vettel still leads the way by 3 points over his teammate Kimi Räikkönen, with Lewis Hamilton only 8 points behind the championship leader. But in terms of the constructors, you can see that we actually jumped Red Bull for 4th place, so overall positive race for Williams as a team. But we're now going to jump into the laptop and have a look at we purchase our first upgrade of the season. Okay, so looking at the upgrade screen, we're going to jump straight in with a aerodynamics upgrade. In this case, we're going to go for the front wing to try and get a bit more front end downforce. So that's going to arrive in 2 races for the Spanish Grand Prix, and we're going to have 466 points, which I think I might spend on something durability related, or I might actually hold on to the points, to be fair, because I think I've accepted we're going to have to take an extra engine at some point in the season because the durability is just not going to happen. So what I'll do is I'll wait off on the durability. What I'll probably do is I'll purchase loads of durability stuff towards the end of the season, maybe with the R&D points bonus, and then put that over the winter into upgrades for next season to have a more reliable car. But for now, I think we just got to try and focus on trying to improve this car's performance. So we're going to have that upgrade arrive in Spain, and hopefully after the next practice session in the next race in Sochi, we'll have enough points, or after the next race weekend, should I say, we should have enough points to try and get another aerodynamics upgrade, in this case the rear wing, for the Monaco Grand Prix, and that way we're now starting to put some R&D points away. Also, I've got my eye on this upgrade here for the tyre wear, which is an ultimate upgrade, so I think that will probably occur sooner rather than later. I would like to get maybe a sponsor bonus if I'm lucky, because that would really help me out and I could actually get this, because that would really give me a big boost in the chassis side of things and boost us up into the 5th best team, and also give us some much needed improved tyre wear. But I think that's what I've got planned for now. I'm still sort of learning what's best for the R&D for this car, but definitely after that race, making some good improvements, and we bounce back from a disappointing Chinese Grand Prix. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, then please do slap a like on the video. Also subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also please be sure to check out these videos on screen, and also have a look at GT Omega and the links down below in the description down below. But other than that, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.